What's up guys, my name is Robin and welcome to, I guess, an episode of TV Talk. I don't know whether I'm gonna keep these days named as they are as of now. I don't know whether I'm gonna keep doing the intros. I don't think I would have put one on this one. But anyway, this would have gone on to TV Talk, so until I know what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call it TV Talk. Again, this video is probably a bit later in the day after FNAF World. But 2 videos a day, yay! Anyway, Pretty Little Liars. I was going to talk about this tomorrow because tomorrow it is a week till Season 7 starts. But then I remembered E3 is going on right now. And it's on over the next couple of days. So I'm going to be bombarding you guys with videos tomorrow for E3 because no matter what I'm doing, you know, I know I've said I'm really busy with my game development stuff, and I am, but no matter what I'm doing, I always make sure I have time to give you guys my reviews on every single press conference and live stream that happens at E3 every year. So I will be bombarding you guys. I'm not going to do what I did last year and do one long video for each of them. I'm going to do a separate video for each one, so they can be kind of like uploaded throughout the day. So that's what's going to be coming up for you guys tomorrow. There won't be any kind of video game footage tomorrow. It's going to be a few, like, I think there's however many videos there are free, like however many conferences there are free. 3, that's how many videos I'm going to put out, so it'll be more than usual. Which is completely opposite to what I said was going to happen, because I said I was probably going to slow down a little bit, but, you know, it's E3, so after that I will probably have my slowing down time kick in. But anyway, Pretty Little Liars, like I said, is starting a week tomorrow for Season 7. I am horrendously excited. I have been following all the cast on their Snapchats, trying to see if I can figure stuff out. I'm on Instagram every 10 minutes, seeing if anything's been posted. And over the last couple of weeks, like a couple of weeks ago, the first trailer for the first episode, I think it was called TikTok Bitches, was kind of put out to the world, and it exploded Instagram. My Instagram actually shut itself down because there were so many people trying to watch it. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's everywhere, it's on every single one of the casts. Instagrams, you know, there's like little snaps of it on Snapchat, and it's blown up basically, and quite rightly so, because this season of Pretty Little Liars actually looks terrifying. Now I'm gonna put the trailer right here, and I'm just going to talk over it. I'm not going to have the sound on it, so you won't hear any sound for it, but you know, so you can see what's going on. And basically, this whole kind of, I don't know whether it's going to be like this for because you know they do the 2 halves of the seasons. They're going to have like this whole Save Hannah thing. And another thing that came out, which I will show after this trailer's done, is the first promotional poster for Pretty Little Liars Season 7, which Hannah isn't actually in. So you've got Alison, Emily, Aria and Spencer kind of doing their Pretty Little Liars pose, and they look fierce as fuck. I'm not even joking. It looks incredible. And you've got no Hannah. And obviously we know that Hannah's been kidnapped. I feel like because I've been watching the cast on Snapchat that, I don't know, it's tough because I feel like I know that Hannah's gonna get through it, but you know, there's that bit at the end of the trailer where there's a blonde person kind of like hanging from the, I think it's probably from the church again, and it's like kind of a copy of what happened to Cece or Charlotte or A, and that happens, and I'm just there like, that's either going to be, if it's a main character, it's either got to be Hannah or it's going to be Alison, and I'm just there like, it can't be either of those two, because it just can't. It wouldn't sit well with people. So this whole season, well, I expect the first half of the season is going to be about saving Hannah, and it looks like she's going through a more violent, more fierce version of what actually happened in the dollhouse, with the exception of the fact that the rooms aren't the same, but the kind of premise is exactly the same, where she's being locked away and she's having to do all these different things. And there's a bit in the trailer where they're kind of digging up, like burying someone or digging someone up or something, and they keep talking about the fact they're going to end up being murderers, so I don't know if they kill someone. like I'm talking about the Pretty Little Liars now. I don't know if they kill someone or they have to do certain things to get Hannah, but they've got 24 hours. So again, I don't know whether that means that maybe the whole episode will just be about saving Hannah, and you know, some of the rest of it won't, because the trailer that's aired is just for episode 1. I'm pretty sure it's just for episode 1. I think that's what they said. So we've still got the whole rest of the season plus season 7B for more stuff to unfold. Now, Alison's in an insane asylum because she thought she was seeing ghosts of Detective Wilden and her mum, when in fact she wasn't. It was her husband, who I despise because I ship Emerson, but I despise him because he's just kind of putting her through shit. And he was in love with Cece, so he's kind of married Alison to get the family fortune, I guess, so that he can pass that along to Cece's mum, who is the one that was pretending to be the ghost of Alison's mum, who apparently she must have just not known that her mum had a twin. You know, I don't see. I mean, if she didn't know that Charlotte was her sister up until like the last part, it's possible that, you know, it's completely possible that she didn't know her mum had a twin. You know, because the whole De Laurentiis family was so kind of big on keeping secrets, so they must have just not known that her mum had a twin. So it's really quite strange seeing how the dynamic of everything's going to go, because Alison's locked away, Hannah's been kidnapped, so that leaves Spencer, Arya and Emily to try and figure out what's going on. And, you know, Alison doesn't have the best time in this insane asylum, and because she's signed paperwork saying that if, you know, despite the fact that she has voluntarily admitted herself to wherever she is, if they feel that she's gone batshit crazy, they won't release her. And that is exactly, and I don't mean to make light of it calling them batshit crazy, but you know what I mean. The whole thing is completely true to life. That's what happens. And because people are torturing her, she's gonna be made look like she's absolutely mental and isn't going to be released. So there's probably going to be a thing of trying to get Alison out of this insane asylum, trying to save Hannah at the same time, and it's just really exciting. You know, the fact that they've released these posters and just Hannah isn't there, you know, they're making a big thing about it. You know, no matter what you do, no matter what they've done over the last few seasons of Pretty Little Liars, I mean, I know when Alison was dead, they didn't have her on the posters, but, you know, she was dead. You know, she wasn't in the series, you know, but apart from the flashbacks, she was barely even in it. So it's kind of a matter of, are they really trying to make us think that maybe Hannah's not going to come out of this? And it's completely possible that she won't. I think she will, but, you know, it's completely possible that she won't. And I don't know, it's just kind of like this whole season looks like it is going to be genuinely scary. And, you know, Pretty Little Liars has always had this creep factor about it because of the whole stalking thing, and as soon as the Dollhouse season kicked in, it really kind of kicked it up a notch as far as making it like a horror series goes, and this season seems to have kicked it up even more. So it's kind of like, it's strange in a way that we know who's doing this to these girls this time around and they don't. You know, it's always been nobody knows who it is, and then the big reveal happens, and, you know, it's a big shock to everyone. I remember when Cece was kind of like uncovered, and it was the same with Mona, and Ezra as well, actually, that, you know, every single time an A is uncovered, it is absolutely terrifying, and it is exhilarating, and it's exciting, and it's just shocking, because you could never imagine it being that person. And this time round, we know who it is. We know that it's Cece's mum, and we know that it's Dr. Rowland's, whatever his first name is, I can't remember his first name, but Dr. Rowland's, Alison's husband. We know it's them two working together. So it's a really big change in dynamic for the audience to know who is doing this to these girls when the girls don't. Hannah is going to know that it's Charlotte's mum. She's going to know that it's her because of the trailer. She's in the trailer with Hannah. I don't know how long it will take for the rest of the girls to figure it out. I think Alison sees Dr. Rowland's in the Wilden mask again, because she is kind of like freaking out when kind of someone walks into the room. So it's kind of a case of it is a completely different dynamic. It's a completely different thing having a season start off with only 3 girls that are kind of like there, and you got the other 2 locked away and kidnapped. It's really, really strange, and I think it's good and it's fresh, and it's a shame really that it's going to be the last season, because it's something that's fresh, and it's been so, not stuck in its ways in a bad way, but it has been so similar in how they've done things for the last 6 series that, you know, it's nice to have something fresh, and it's obviously going to end on a really high note. So I think the first half of the series is going to be absolutely terrifying. I would not be surprised if for season 7B there is another time jump. Allison, I'm assuming, is not going to stay married to Dr. Rowland, but I don't know how that's going to play out, because I don't know how they'll uncover that. Because if you remember at the beginning of season 6, there was a clip of Allison in the classroom writing Miss Rowland on the board, because she's a teacher, and kind of like Emily and Aria and all that coming in, being like, we came back to get you, we haven't got time, blah blah blah, and then they all run off somewhere. So something happens, something's got to happen to lead up to that, which is another reason for me to think, yeah, obviously Allison gets out of this insane asylum, but how does that work in relation to what Dr. Rollins has done? So I don't really know how that's going to play out, and it's strange again knowing more than what we're actually going to be seeing on the TV at the time. And I've actually done a really stupid thing. It's not a stupid thing, you know. I mentioned on the vlog that I put out about the charity live stream and the channel changes, I've accidentally organised that for when the first episode comes out. It comes out on Tuesday, the 21st, and that is when I'm starting my live stream. So if you guys are watching the live stream, then it's very likely that I will be watching Pretty Little Liars in the background. So if you see me kind of like absolutely shitting myself, then that's why. But I want to be able to watch it. I'm not going to be able to watch it live, obviously, because it's in America. It has to be kind of, I'm going to have to stream it or something. But it's kind of a case of I'm going to have to watch that regardless. I need to see this first episode, and I need to see how the season's going to plan out. And the girls are obviously getting themselves into some really, really shitty situations, and after everything that's happened to them, they obviously wanted a break, and they've come back to Rosewood, and it kind of falls on it being Alison's fault, because if she hadn't got everyone back there and Cece hadn't got released, then this wouldn't be happening. So I don't know, because the whole premise is that, is it revenge for someone? I can't decide whether it's revenge for, like, Mrs. D's sister and Dr. Rowland's getting revenge on them because they think that the girls killed Cece. I don't know if it's that, or whether it's them that actually killed them, Dr. Rowland's and Mrs. D's sister, I mean. I don't know whether it was them that actually killed them, just so they could get some of the money that the De Laurentiis family has got. But, you know, Dr. Rollins seemed to be so in love with Cece that he was with Allison before she killed us, before Cece killed herself, got murdered, and it's kind of strange. Is the only way I can put it, really. It's strange. But either way, I think this season is going to be fantastic. I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to actually it being genuinely scary. And obviously there's going to be a lot of mystery, but not to the point where we don't know what's going on. And again, like I said, it's a new dynamic and it's really cool. And again, I expect there to be another time jump somewhere in between the seasons, in between the summer season and when it starts up again in winter. I expect there to probably be another time jump. And I don't know how that's going to work, because every time there's a time jump, shit just goes down. And then it begs the question, and I've talked about this before, how is this going to lead on to a movie? Because, you know, when there is an A, that A sticks around for a good few seasons. I don't think we figured out, it wasn't revealed that Mona was A until like season 4, so they had like 4 years of Mona being A, and then that kind of happened, and they had kind of like 2 years of Cece being A, and Ezra as well, and you know, other people that were joined in with that, and it was just kind of like it's going to be strange knowing that they've got 1 year to kind of kick off this, like, I think they're calling them emoji or whatever, and it's strange that they've got a year to build this up completely, but it's good because they've taken into consideration the fact that this story of Cece has been building up over season 6, and you know, it's been, no, did I say the season 6? The last half of season 6, in the time jump, they actually started to build up the series. So technically, they've had a series and a half. So it's kind of like, it's strange. I just can't stop going back to that word. It's gonna be really strange. I think that's the best way to put it. I think it's going to be terrifying. I think it's going to be incredible, and I think this year's Pretty Little Liars is going to be a lot more intense. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next week, and I'm looking forward to seeing the trailer that comes out for season 2, because if I'm not wrong, I think they're going to put a trailer out for each episode. I think they're really hitting hard on the press releases and kind of like not spoilers but teasers and things like that. I think they're really hitting hard on that this year, and it's really cool because we're given all these little bits of this puzzle that we've got to put together, and by the end of the season obviously we'll know, but it's kind of, I say obviously we'll know, we probably actually won't, but at the end of the season we might know what's going on, but it's kind of like we're going to be given all these pieces of a puzzle every week, and we've got to try and slot them in to see where they fit, and you know, stuff from the first season isn't going to, stuff from the first episode isn't going to make sense to like the very last one, and I think it's going to be really, really cool. I'm really excited. Obviously we've got this week, as of tomorrow, I imagine, like, there's going to be stuff posted everywhere for, you know, 7 days till Pretty Little Liars and things like that. I imagine that, like, social networking is going to go absolutely mental because, you know, the whole 7 days thing, and I think that's going to fit in really well with the whole horror aspect of this series. So I'm really excited. It astounds me how quickly I got into the show. It still does. I still haven't quite gotten myself out of the Pretty Little Liars kind of black hole that I got sucked into about 2 months ago when I started watching this. Now I know like everything about it, and it's like I'm addicted to it, and it's horrendous. But you know, I am still holding out for Emerson. I think if Allison and Dr. Rollins don't work out, then, I mean, I've seen some clips of kind of like Emily visiting Allison in the insane asylum and stuff, so I don't know whether something will happen there. If it does, I imagine it won't be till maybe time jump second half of the season. I keep calling it a series, it's a season. Second half, so season 7B, when it starts up again in winter season. I imagine it won't be till then, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. It's really strange because I know in the books they don't end up together, so I'm hoping they don't follow that too strictly, and I know they kind of probably should, but I'm really hoping they don't. If you guys didn't know, Emily in the books actually doesn't completely stay gay for the whole time, you know. I remember I was watching an interview and they were talking about when Emily kissed Nate, and like the whole community around Emerson and Haley, or just like the whole gay community around the show, kind of like flipped their shit, and I was, you know, one of them when I found out and I saw that. But it was kind of like, I don't want Emily to end up with Paige because I don't like her. I really, really don't. And Allison's the only option for me, I think. But I don't know how that would come about now, because, you know, Emily's not willingly put her into the insane asylum, but she's helped her, you know, she's helped Allison go in, and, you know, I know it was Allison's idea, but, you know, there could be some backlash from that. And, you know, I don't know. I want Emerson to be endgame. I don't know if they will, but all of the ships are everywhere. I'm just going to go into a quick shipping rant. They are everywhere. And Hannah's getting married, and Spencer's sleeping with Caleb, and Arya's with whoever she's with. And Emily's not with anyone, and Allison is married, and all the ships are everywhere, and Toby's, you know, nearly got himself engaged, and it's kind of like season 6B absolutely turned everything on its head and then shook it around a hell of a lot. I remember watching the first episode of that and my brain literally fell out of my head. And I was just kind of like, this can't be happening. Everyone is kind of like, but you know, you get the hints of people coming back together still, because I think Arya's slept with Ezra since she's been back and working with him, and Hannah still loves Caleb and they've kissed, and Toby has obviously still got eyes for Spencer, but Spencer is, I don't know how intense she's feeling about Caleb, but they've kind of got that thing going on, so I don't know how that's going to work out. They're going to be a love triangle there, and Allison is obviously still sticking by Emily's side as much as she can, and same goes for Emily with Allison, but it's kind of, apparently Paige is coming back this season. I haven't got a problem with her as a character, I just don't like Paley. I don't like it. And Paige is like abusive and destructive, and I know Allison's like 10 times more destructive, but you know, at least she gives a shit. Do you know what I mean? You know, Paige seems like, again, this is something that Allison does as well, Paige seems like she's in it for herself, and I know Allison's character was like that before, but you know, she's not anymore, and it's kind of like, I just don't know. All my ships have sank, everyone's split up, people are kidnapped and put in insane asylums, and it's all gone to shit, basically. We've got a season, we've got one season for everyone to figure it out and get their shit sorted. And it's going to be fast running, it's going to be intense, it's going to be incredibly fast paced, and it's going to be incredible. I'm really excited. So I want to know what your thoughts are on the upcoming season for Pretty Little Liars. If you've seen the press stuff and you've seen the trailers, obviously I would have put a few things in this episode for you guys to see. I want to know what your thoughts are, because everything is just bang, bang, bang. And you know, the first episode being called TikTok Bitches, they've got 24 hours to save Hannah. And it kind of, I don't know whether that 24 hours is going to stretch out for the whole season, the first half of the season, or I don't know whether that 24 hours is going to be just in one episode. And it's really kind of like, it's strange, because despite the fact we're going into this season knowing a lot more than we normally do, there are so many more unknown factors that we don't actually feel like that we know more than we normally do. And it's worked out really well, and I'm really happy with how it's gone. I'm just really excited for this season. So if you guys tune in to my charity live stream, where I'm going to be with Ben and Andrew raising money for Macmillan Cancer Support on Tuesday next week, the 21st, midday to midday, then I will at some point be watching Pretty Little Liars in the background. So if you guys want to talk to me while that's happening, I'll probably, obviously I'm going to be on the stream for 24 hours. We're only going to have, like, when we're playing a single player game, we're only going to have one console set up, so me and Andrew are going to be taking it in turn, so I will give Andrew his turn to play whatever we're playing during the time that Pretty Little Liars is on air. So with that in mind, I will be watching that, and if you guys want to talk to me about that, I'll kind of sit in the chat with you. So that'll be really cool. And just as a kind of like shameless plug, if you guys want to donate to this charity as well, that would be incredible. We're aiming to raise about £250, so we're going to do this 24-hour live stream, and it's completely legitimate. It's Macmillan Cancer Support, Game Changer stuff, and it's all set up by them. We just take part and sit in front of computer screens for 24 hours and do stupid things. So that's how that's going to go. But again, I want to know what your thoughts are on what's going to happen on this upcoming season. If you've got any theories, I want to hear them, because as far as theorizing stuff goes, you know, I've got pretty good at theorizing things like Five Nights at Freddy's, but this is just a lot more baffling than that, and it's really strange to say that, because 4 months ago, before I started watching Pretty Little Liars, nothing was ever more baffling than Five Nights at Freddy's, and then I started watching this TV show, and that got blown out the window so fast that I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye to it. So I want to know what your theories are, and I want to know what you think about everything I've said in this episode. So that's going to be it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you keep an eye out for the rest of the videos that are coming out this week. Don't forget my E3 reviews are going to be coming out fast and heavy tomorrow, so make sure you keep an eye out for them. And until the next time you hear from me, guys, as always, stay classy, gamers.